Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to another 3v3 Ironman. This time, Millennium Ring versus Toast. So, Toast is going to win the die roll. The hands are going to be Pan, Fua, Nib, Mululu, and Rahu against Jigoto, Case, Joel, Sulfador, and Ash Blossom. So, I mean, look, Yoko plus Sulfador is the go-to combo. We have Ash for Fua, so we just have to beat Nibiru. I mean, the game's over, basically. He's going to start Case for K9, which I do not agree with. I feel like that just plays into Joel needlessly for no reason. When you have the option to play around Joel with his hand, for sure. So yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. I would not do that. I think you start for sure Yokel Sulfur, and then you can just not use Yokel, and you can go Ripper, and then Ripper gets stopped. You can go into the case. But I think for sure though, yeah, I think for sure it's Yokel Sulfur you start with. But he's on normal summon. Start with Fua. We get to Ash Fua, summon Azuna. Middle Lupus, and they get to look at the hand. And they see all Nib's the only hand trap, so they just have to play past it. So I'm gonna fast forward to here, because I mean they're playing K9 Crystron. Presumably they're on some sort of they're on Millionaire lock, so the game's just probably over. He just combo, play Yu-Gi-Oh, make Dagda, sure. Chain. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Your win condition is hoping your opponent like messes up, does some weird joint thing. A lot of misclicks happening right now. A lot of misclicks, but sure. Okay. Effect, add back. Do that. Effect. Summon back out. Okay, summon the synchro back out. This is very a lot of misclicks happening. No trap, but I mean it ends up being chill. We draw Rahu for turn. We can't special summon. I mean, it's like, yeah, we can like, bro, like, I don't even. This is like, bro. I mean, he's gonna try to like Alpha Meta and then have on the opponent's turn Alpha Meta Mululu, which is like, sure, SP, Lantern, and then effect. He also could have gotten to the trap card too. It was sequenced a little bit poorly. But yeah. Card Malice is a monster negate, and it just doesn't matter at this point. 1 second, you can't make Card Malice except light. Oh, he cannot make the Card Malice. That is true. Yep, he can't make Card Malice actually with that. That is true actually. Yep, that is actually true. End main phase Mulu effect. Chain Infinity, Chain 5 mana. Chain SP on the Mululu and that. So we have to use the Pan and the Nibiru for the Althalion Pan effect. And we get to use Althalion. So Infinity and Nibiru. How many summons is he at right now? 2? I think 2, right? 2 or 3? No, 3 because of SP. Maybe 2. I don't even know. I'm not going to cap. Case for K9, grabbing the Roy. It's funny, he got locked, but this game is looking a lot closer than it like should be, right? Normal summon the Roy, summon another Yoko from deck, and then the Case for K9 is like boosting everything. So we get Nib, the whole field gets triggered. We have Azuna. I mean, he's gonna go Inclusion, Sulfador, commit the bodies, and he still has so many plays that yeah, it just doesn't matter. It's just GG's. Yeah, he had a lot of plays. Wait, did he summon the Sulfesnir and attack? I'm not even gonna worry about that right now. Moving on to game number 2, we have Dracotail going first. Ketsu, Rahu, Flame, Ash, Lucius against Fua, Droplet, Feather Duster, Scrapper, Cyclone, Case for K9. So pretty decent hand, all things considered. Droplet, Feather Duster combo, pretty nice. Fua, pretty nice. Especially we top deck like another 5. This hand is not terrible either. I mean, it's all engine, but I mean, Dracotail kind of wants that sometimes. So we're gonna go 5 mana. We're gonna do that. Grab the Urgula, and then he's gonna use 5 mana. Okay. Chain Fua, Chain Ash, Secretarion. So okay, he sets 2 traps. Some makes seals. Urgula effect, add back to 5 mana. And he's going to use the Rahu. We haven't used Althalion yet. Yeah, we can do Althalion. Okay. Target Ash Blossom. 5 mana Pan. I mean, we're just not supposed to trigger 5 mana and Pan, right? We're only supposed to trigger one of them. I don't think you want to. Yeah, I think he triggered an extra name for no reason. Like, oh, actually. We're just not supposed to trigger those names at all. Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to trigger Fameta and Pan here. Like, we just set cards, but like we already use Rahu, we already use Ketu. You could maybe, I don't even think you're supposed to like set like you have follow up, because you just have follow up from your draws. And also, if you get your Black Bro blown out, you just wasted a bunch of like your cards for no reason. So, which is going to happen here. So we're gonna Feather Duster. He's gonna chain the Flame, and then we're gonna chain Droplet, sending Feather Duster for 1. He's gonna chain Sting. And here, it's funny here that he has the Althalion in defense position. If it was an attack, we could Horn bounce it. So a bit unfortunate. But he's gonna Horn the Seals. Well, I say it's unfortunate. It's not really unfortunate. Well, I mean, it is unfortunate because we could Horn the Seals. We could Horn the Althalion and then keep Seals on board. Yes, Seals is negated, but we can still get the effect to summon the Mululu. So we draw Mululu Veiler. Okay. And we lose all of our cards. And this, I mean, this is going to get stopped with the quickness, right? Like, we Veiler that for sure. And then they're going to ask case for K9. Okay, they're not using it. Okay, for sure. They're going to attack, bounce. I mean, I guess this doesn't really do anything. I mean, it's like a Zuna, but it's like, that's like kind of doesn't do much. So I can get it. I mean, it actually does a decent amount, but fair. When to play it safe, but I mean, it just does, yeah. I mean, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, right? Yep. Wait. Actually? Oh, it wasn't destroyed, yeah. Typhon doesn't destroy. North of Mulu. Megumamel effect. I mean, the game's just, like, over now. We can negate the Typhon. He said that in the chat. Ketu. Move that. Fuse for Althalion. And then just GG's. Nothing much they could do there. Moving on to game number 3, we have the K9 Crystron player going first. Hands are going to be Veiler, Double Ash, Nib, Pan, against Sulfidor, Inclusion, Yokel, Joel, and Chaotic Elements. So what do you start here? You just start the Yokel plus Sulfidor. I mean, I think when you have this opening, you generally want to start it. It's post side. I'm not trying to play in the Joel. Chaotic Elements you can save too. But if you do get Joel, you can use Chaotic Elements because it can add from graveyard to hand. Gives you extra card later. I mean, unless you want to like bait Bell, you get Chaotic Elements, but it's like whatever. I think you just Yokel Sulfidor here. I think that's the safest play. Yep, and then here it's like we have like Nib, Ash, Veiler, but it just doesn't matter versus like so many Crystron cards, right? Like he's gonna let that resolve, and it's like weird. I don't know. The game is just looking rough. We just negate it, and then he's like, sure, we have Nibiru. Yeah, we have to negate that because like Veiler will negate it anyway. So he's like, we have Nib. Yeah, he's putting Nib on summon before we get to use the like, lantern. But is that like we're just fine, right? We have Chaotic Elements effect. Yeah, so they do know they can act from graveyard. And it just didn't matter. They can still actually do the artifact lock here. But yeah, this hand still locks because you just make Dagda with the token in a 5, right? Dag token in 5 set, Sulfefnir pitch, pop. So this hand actually does still Dagda lock. I don't even know I mean obviously they don't need to here, like they have like this, like come on, like it's GG's. But yeah, so they're gonna use case for K9, grab Azuna. I mean with Azuna it's like giga over. But yeah. Look at the hand, I see Ash Pan. They're like he just scoops it up. Yeah, there's no top deck they got from coming out of this. You know, they have their K9 their Crystron engine rolling is just unfortunate. But moving on to match number 2, we have Max Menzel popping off. So okay, so Max Menzel is gonna win the die roll. So it's going to be K9 Crystron against Mitsurugi. The hands are going to be Smyger, Fua, Noroi, Joel, and Chaotic Elements against Murakumo, Meows, Mirror, Ritual, and Ash Blossom. So having the Ritual plus Murakumo combo is pretty good. So start summon from hand. And they're going to change Fua so that, like, if they do, how do I word this? They're going to change Fua so that if they want to basically Fua before Murakumo to get from the field so they don't have to discard off the Murakumo. They're going to Ash that. And we're going to see if they're on the Yummy variant or not. I mean, probably on Yummy. There's a chance you don't actually if you're on Pure, but it's probably on Yummy. So they get drolled. We're going to use the Murakumo effect. And they're going to discard another card. But it ends up being Smiger, which is like actually good discard for them. Funnily enough. Like it actually is a really good discard because you want to normal summon the Roy, not the Smiger, right? So we're going to make Omraj. We're going to make SP. We're going to banish the Smiger probably, which I like. Yeah, I like this. I like this. It makes sense. And we can go, yep, I like it. Yeah, we get to remove that. And then we're probably going to summon Murakumo. Or Futsu. Futsu makes more sense, actually. Yeah, Futsu. So, if they play, the Futsu. I mean, they play Armas Kusanagi, so obviously they play Futsu. So we still don't know if this is, I mean, we see Omraj, so presumably it's Yummy Mitsurugi. Because the other version doesn't really play Omraj. So, pass. We draw Sulfur, which is pretty solid. So how can we play around this? So keep in mind, we cannot normal summon the Roy, because the opponent doesn't have 2 or more monsters in their hand. Cards in the hand. So we only really have chaotic. We have to use chaotic elements first. And then it has to be Yoko. You have to summon Sulfur. It just has to be. But it's really rough though, because then we just go Futsu, summon Murakumo, GG's, right? So yeah, there's no way you can win that game. It's just scuffed from the get-go. Moving on to game number 2, K9 Crystron is going first. Hand's going to be Droll, Cluster, Scrap Recycler, Crossout, and Bell. Against Droll, Surprise, Pre-Prep, Prayers, and Fua. So having the Fua and Droll can conflict sometimes. This hand, we have 1 starter. But we have a Crossout though, so it might end up... We have Crossout, but they have like Droll Fua, so... I mean, obviously they have Droll here. Too, so they have it in their deck as well. We're going to Fua. And they're going to let that go. Because they can still set up disruption, a lot of disruption through it. A decent amount of disruption, I guess. They're like, sure. Which is maybe fair. That's weird, though. I don't even know. I guess they're like, they still safe because they have Droll in hand, which is fair. And they're going to get Drolled, so they're probably going to cross out that. Like, if you don't cross out it, I mean, you have, like, Bell Droll like this, but I mean, bro, like, they better have third non-engine, and then we can also get... Actually, let me think, actually. So before I say that, if we cross out this, what are we ending on, right? Because like we already have the trap card is the issue. So like what actual extra disruption are we doing here? It would only be like Tristalos for like Dawn Draxter, but the Dawn Draxter is delayed. So they might not even cross out this. The only awkward thing though is that yeah, the only awkward thing yeah, it's scuffed because the only awkward thing is that we're not playing a mirror match, so crossout doesn't have much value. So they might still cross out it actually, to be honest. But they're gonna set 2 pass. I mean, they have Joel Bell Cluster. It's not bad. So we're gonna draw a Lollipop, so it is the Yummy version. We're going to go Prayers. We're gonna Bell that, and we're gonna pre-prep, and then we're just gonna get Drolled, and then we're gonna normal summon Lollipop, and then we're gonna get popped, and then we surprise. Does he pop on summon? Effect. I don't think you use effect here. There's no reason to. No. I don't think you're supposed to use effect. I mean, you have surprise summon back. You don't use effect. I mean, I guess you can arguably use effect, because if you use effect, you make your opponent think you, like, your Lollipop isn't going to be able to come back. So that could, so you want them to, like, cluster pops. That could be a reason you use it, but yeah. So we can still play. We can go surprise, bring back the Lollipop. Go Snatchy, Link 1. But like, what do we do there though, right? Because the issue there is that we don't have we can't, we're under Droll, so but I mean we still get to remove some bodies, so attack. Okay. They're gonna make he's gonna make SP or something like that? Okay. They haven't banished the back row? Yeah, because keep in mind the cluster can't be banished, so I mean this is chill. Normal summon. Imagine they set the mirror. That would have been crazy, right? Maybe it might have been crazy. I mean, it's like how often is it coming up? Because Yoko plus Sulfur, they would just do that. This is really good because they can just attack over the Lollipop or whatever they want to do. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And they just scooping it out. Wow. They actually could have been winnable potentially if they set the mirror too, which is crazy. Moving on to game number 3 though, we have Max Menzel going first. Hand's going to be Azuna, Sulfador, Hyoko Lantern against Purification, Lollipo, Ritual, Pre-Prep, and the Kusanagi. So it's looking a little rough, let's be honest. This game's looking rough as fuck. Mirror. So, I mean, as for what you should start with, I mean, it's either like, I think starting with Pre-Prep, I should have talked about this before he did it, but I think starting with Pre-Prep is correct. Yes, Lollipo in a vacuum ends on more under Droll, but we have Purification. So like so if we get Drolled here, we still have like Snatchy plus level 1, but then we also have like Murakumo on the field. We don't have Prayers, but we have Purification. So I think that's worth it under Droll rather than resolving the Cupsy, like the Cupsy Yummy way. So I like to starting with this. So we don't get Drolled here, so we know they don't have Droll. We know they don't have Bell. We know they probably don't have Ash. You'd probably Ash Pre-Prep, let's be honest, right? Unless you had Droll. So no Ash, no Bell, no Droll. They just know like Azuna, potentially like a Nibiru, or like Meows, you know, something like that. So hand, and then yeah, they're gonna send the Saji and or the Masa. Effect, add a monster. Probably get to add like add Futsu. We're gonna add Prayers. And depends. Are they gonna commit? Just start playing with Yummy cards here? They're gonna do other stuff. Yep, Yummy cards. We're gonna get Azuna on summon. Which is fair. It's fine. You're fine with this. You're fine with this if you're him. Because the Azuna is never going to be good here, sure. Think further responses. You have to summon back to Murakumo, though. Yeah, he has summoned it back. Discard. Effect to blow up. We chain. We make Hound or something like. Do they play Hound or Tiras or something? But they do play the Tiras, actually, so it won't be able to be destroyed. But, I mean, they have Purification, so they don't know, but they won't know what Purification is, though. So we'll see. So if you don't know what Tiras does, it's a rank 5. So basically this card cannot be destroyed by card effects, and because of the lupus, it can't be targeted. And then at the end of the battle phase, if this card attacked or was attacked, you can target a card your opponent controls to destroy that target. So it's actually a really good card, unironically, in the current format. If you can like snipe a Purification, it could be really good. But I mean, it's still gonna be rough. I'm not gonna lie. So we're probably just not gonna make the Herald this turn. We're gonna like hold off on making Herald. So Cupsy Yummy way. Okay. We could have also played around this by using the Murakumo before, but it's chill. Okay, effect. We're just playing. I'm just fast forwarding a bit here because we know where they have no hand traps. Standard Yummy lines. Summoning that. Futsu effect. Interesting, but sure. I mean, sure, whatever, dude. Screw it. Set. Pass. So we have a lot of bodies. So they didn't make Herald because there's no point. Herald just gets killed by the Tiras, and we can't actually stop it. Also, the Tiras has 800 less attack because of the and the 800 less attack because of the Habakiri, and because of the minion. All these guys are gaining 500. So Tiras is at 1800, and the lowest monster here is at 2k plus 600, 2600. So Tiras actually cannot attack anything right now, which is pretty good. So we're going to roll some Scrap Recycler. We're going to chain Murakumo, force him to discard a card. And Murakumo's so good. Oh my god, this card is custom as heck. I mean, broski, like, come on. Chain Smiger, or activate Smiger, grab Inclusion. There's nothing much you can really do there, to be honest. I'm not trying to trap negate any of that stuff, right? Sure, I'd be sure, bro. Soul Fedor, Soul Fefnir, Chain, and here we can start playing Yu-Gi-Oh, booking these cards, etc. Probably via Book of Moon. So this is getting 15 now, so it still had more attacks than the Tiras. They're all at more attacks than Tiras. Very, very important. Make Clockwork Knight. Effect. Send, Clockwork Knight says you can tribute a machine monster if you special summon that targeted monster in the graveyard. And yeah, so you can tribute face down, so that works. Scrap Recycler, which is not once per turn. Effect, send the Roy, so that our Lantern can summon the Roy. Okay. Prayers. Murakumo effect. Pull up the board. And Mirror also in the same chain. So Fefnir. We can't use Solfesnir. Yeah, so Solfesnir says, yeah, it didn't get destroyed, right? It wasn't on the field? Yeah, something like that. Let me double check, actually. Am I, like, tripping? Sorry, I'm recording this at, like, 1 a.m., by the way, so it's like, oh my god, it's, like, super duper late. Yeah, I don't even think it was on the field, but screw it. Added, special summon, sent. Clockwork, yeah, it wasn't destroyed, yeah. It was already there. So we're gonna Lantern, and we're gonna Chain Purification to negate it. And then yeah, it's just GG's at this point. Like the yeah, it doesn't really do much of anything, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah, it's just scuffed. It's just scuffed. The GG, so normally like Lupus can be pretty threatening, but here like it wasn't able to actually do anything because just, they played around it. They were smart. They summoned their guys in attack position. They had Habakiri on the field, and yeah, just GG's. So moving on to match number 3, then the Ironman is gonna be tied 1-1. So yeah, tied 1-1. So we have Max Hunt is gonna be going first. Hands are gonna be Cupsy, Minion, Ash, Callby, and Habakiri. Again, Ash, Case for K9, Smiger, Sulfador, and Fua. So it looks like they brought 2 K9 Crystron. I mean, it did win the last YCS, or one of the last YCSs at least. But I mean, here we're going first. We have Called By, we have Habakiri, Cupsy, we have Called By Ash for Ash Fua, which is really cool, really good. We can Ash Fua, we can Call By the Ash, depending on the order though. Depending on the order. So we're gonna go Habakiri, and they're gonna chain Fua, and then we get to Ash it, which is like sure. Ooh. I think do we Ash Fua? For sure we don't need, like, I feel like, I mean, you probably win anyway because your hand is so nice. Well, it's not even so nice, but you know, I mean, 2 pushes, right? But I mean, they're really strong pushes. You probably win anyway, but I feel like you're supposed to save the Ash, right? Also, in case your opponent randomly has like a Droll too. I mean, you save the Called By, so you Ash it. I mean, unless you're worried about like Vanquish Soul. But I think I'm ashing and then call buying, to be honest. But it gets Ash, which is like, sure, we can still get to the K9 Crystron engine, or the Mitsurugi engine later by just Arc-like Searching Ritual. So Cupsy, and then they just scoop it up. They know it's a game. They're like, okay, our opponent's got this. We'll go into game number 2. K9 Crystron goes first. Hand's going to be Astral, Fool, Meowth, and Marshmallow against Noroi, Solfesnir, Sulfador, Azuna, and Sulfador. So it's 5 engine versus like 4 non-engine and a Marshmallow. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about Meowth versus this deck. I feel like it's lackluster. But I mean, some plays I don't feel like it does that much, but we're gonna see here. But anywho, normal summon Noroi. Is it Noroi here? Yeah, I think Noroi is the best. The only other option is Solfesnir, Pitch Sulfador, but that's like kind of neg. And also plays into Fua as well, so I think Noroi is the best. They're gonna Ash that kind of high roll, which is I understand that because their hand doesn't really deal with Ripper that well, but then they have Azuna, so Azuna, Lupus, and they're gonna Fua. Sure, they're gonna Meowth to get a draw. They draw the fill spell, which is not but good. So they see the hand, and here low key, they could pass. Wait, do you pass? Let me think. You could give them 1 draw to end. Wait, say we normal summoned. Let me think here. I was gonna say you could give them 1 draw to get like Dawn Dragster and that, but you can't. You could give them 1 draw to get like Trap Card, but I don't know if that's worth it. We'll see what they do here. They're gonna go Solfesnir Pitch, and then pop. So they actually don't need to do that yet because they can just destroy that and they can pop that. So fair enough. Sulfador. And no reason to trigger the effect of the Solfesnir, not trying to give him another draw. Could just get like a delayed Dawn Dragster. So they're going to Smiger, add Inclusion. Don't Droll. They're gonna Droll, which actually get like no Trap Card. I mean, yeah, so they don't get Trap Card. So they still have Lupus, so basically they can still Lupus on the opponent's turn, which does beat this so far, you know. Passage of pre-prep. Oh my god, that was a good Yu-Gi-Oh card. Brother. Marshmallow, they're going to Valon? Valon, book it. Yeah, they have to book it, right? Yeah, but it just doesn't matter because we just pre-prep. Yeah, man, this is looking rough. This is looking rough, bro. Yeah, GG's. So, I mean, Mitsu's popping off, Ends up cooking the K9 Crystron player in the second life. I mean, this hand was, like, pretty solid. Charmy's went crazy. Meowth actually had value because of the Lupus, and it did stop, like, a potential, like, inclusion coming back from a graveyard or stuff like that. So, this wasn't bad. Moving on to match number 4, though. We have Toast going first with a 60 card deck. Okay. I say okay. I already know what deck this is because I'm like the middleman for the Ironman. But the hand's gonna be Marshmallow, Fula, Ash, Paris, and Cupsy against Girsu, Babble, Grass that looks greener, Ash, and Cat. So it's looking like Orcust Malice 60 card with Grass. I mean, this is crazy. We have Ash for Fula though. A lot of Ash for Fulas this match. This Ironman. So we're gonna Grass, we're gonna get Ashed, which is like, oh no, but like we have Girsu, so which is like a goated starter, except into Fua, but we have Ash for Fua, so it just doesn't matter. So we do that. Can you not? Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. So Sin Heart, summon token, make the link 1, pitch the Cat, add the Crown. They already have Babble. Make Haggard, banish the Cat. Then they're going to make the Red Ransom, and this is still chill because like they can still have they still have Link 1, which can summon itself, Harport, which can summon a Nightmare, and yeah, this is some strong Yu-Gi-Oh combo. I'll say that, yep, Rabbit set, yeah, they can do so much here. Summon the World Crown to the zone. It points to, add backup Ignister effect. Oh my god, banish Hair, add Hair back. Yeah, this game is, I don't know what he's going to end on, but it's going to be a good Yu-Gi-Oh board, I'll say that. They're going to make Cryptor, maybe they're going to make Binder banish the Cryptor. Summon the backup, summon backup, no effect. No effect, they just don't want to use anything, I guess. We're going to draw a Nightmare off the Binder, okay. Set, Cat, banish the Hair, draw 2, draw into Horus Engine, ooh. Yeah, they're just doing everything. Oh my god. This game is over. What the heck? Make Galatea, Horus, pitch Nightmare. Okay, type shit. What are they going to draw? Harport, okay. Plays Babble, Nightmare, boosts a card that wasn't targeted. Was it targeted? I mean, it doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. Wand, summon back. Galatea, put back the wand. Set the counter trap. Make end little Girsu. Make the Girsu attach. Horus. Summon, they're going to banish the token. Yep. Add back to Harport. Pitch a name. Make SP. Summon back the names. Make Allied Code Talker. And then pass. So their end board is Allied Code Talker, Enlo Girsu, all the Orcust Disruption, Chris with the counter trap and everything, GWC. End board is really, really good. And if they remove a guy, Happy's going to trigger as well. And then, meanwhile, we have double prayers, Cupsy, Marshmallow. Just scoop it up, bro. Don't try to play that out. That's a wrap. Don't try to play it out. Anywho, moving on to game number 2, we have the Yummy Mitsu player going first. Answer going to be prayers, ritual, called by Ash, Marshmallow. Okay, some light. Against Girsu, Ash, Joel, Droplet, and backup. Very, very solid card. What can you make? I guess it's not an extender with this. Because if this gets impermed, right? But it's like, eh. But yeah, I mean, still a solid hand. Can't complain. I mean, this hand's really good as well, right? So, we have, yeah. We're going to summon that. Effect. Place. Effect. I feel like here, you can maybe start prayers first. I'll say that. I think I would probably start prayers first. It just plays, I mean, obviously I see their hand. But it plays around like Ash a bit better. Because, like, you don't want your Synchro to get Ashed here. But like if they have Ash Rebel, they're gonna Ash the prayers, right? And that doesn't really affect your end board really, because you can still just like go like your Arclight search. So I think that's what I would do personally. I don't know the exact deck list off the top of my head, but yeah, I think I'll probably do that. And even though it plays slightly worse than the Joel, we have Call By, so like I don't care about Joel unless they have double Joel, which I'm just like, sure, bro, you better have it. So they're gonna let that resolve actually, so the Ash thing is not gonna matter. They're gonna Joel. I mean, obviously because they have the Joel, but like you don't know they have the Joel, right? So we're gonna chain the Synchro, and then we're gonna chain Call By, and then they're just gonna scoop it up. Like we're not winning that game, which is fair. I don't think they're winning that game. Moving on to game number 3, we have the Malice player, Malice Orcust player going first. Hands are going to be Harpoor, Nightmare, Chessie Cat, Malice Samira, and Baldrake versus Ash, Minion, Fua, Saji, and Cupsy. So not having a counter to Fua this game, so we're going to see how this deck handles it. We have actually some decent lines, so we can go Orcust Link 1, pitch the Cat, and then we can go Baldrake banish the Cat, and then Cat can banish like Malice in the mirror. So we have some lines. We're going to get Fua. I mean, you have to give him a draw here, right? You just have to. One draw, pitch the Cat, add Babble, Baldrake banish the Cat, Cat effect to draw 2. That's the draw was pretty good. The Gearsu not so much. Well, so what do you do here? Do you just make a Link 3 like Mouth? But it's kind of weird. You don't have Malice in the mirror anymore. You're gonna make the Link 3 still, add the field spell. We're gonna get Ash, and we're gonna draw. So yeah, we're under Fua, so we draw. That we no longer have to give them any draws. We can't search anymore, but it's pretty fine because I don't know, Orcust plays, right? So this is actually really good, ironically. So Harp summon Gearsu. Gearsu sends a Nightmare. Make SP, banish the Ransom. Ransom can probably banish the Dormouse, right? And we can banish like Rabbit or whatever. Rabbit can set GWC. And this is just GG, right? Like this hand is not strong enough. Like Minion, Surprise, Saji. Like this hand is just not that strong. So I'm gonna fast forward to this a little bit. Set to counter trap. Make the Link 4. GWC banish. Yeah, summon back out. No draw. Obviously we're under draw. And then yeah, this is just make the Din Gearsu, a Code Talker, allied Link 4 add back, and the take is optional by the way, and pass turn. So a lot of disruption. We have Crescendo, GWC for like binder. No Cryptor though, unfortunately. Link 4 allied though, so it's just GG. The game's just over. Can't do anything about it. Mononogen, him having the Joel for the Fool was really good. So now that was match 4, right? So match 5 of this Ironman. Let's talk about it. Match 5 between Mr. Millennium Ring and Toast. I mean, 60 card Malice Orcust is crazy. So the hand's going to be Fua, Rabbit, Druisworm, Underground, and Amnesty against Fimena, Ketu, Urgula, Horn, and Ash. So I didn't even see who won die roll, I'm not going to lie. Red player, so Toast is going first here. I mean, having his only hand trap being Ash. Well, he has Fimena, but he has to like Fimena. It's weird. We have to Fimena, use the Ash, but like if he goes Amnesty, he'll probably start his turn off of Amnesty, right? Pitch the Fua. And if he does that, I'm ashing with the quickness. With the quickness. So he's going to Underground first. Get rid of Doorbells. Effect, banish the Cat. Cat effect. You have to let that go through. You can't ash that. Magma and Misty. Come back to Rabbit. Rabbit effect. Set GWC. I think I might have started with the I think I probably would have started with the Amnesty pitch to the Fua there. I think I would have started with that. Just because I think it plays the best into draw. Not gonna cap. But Ransom's gonna grab Mouse in the mirror. Now we're gonna Amnesty. Which is this game is just scuffed, dude. Like how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna win? Yep, can't make Wicked there because the Druisworm is indeed not a Cyberse monster. We make SP banish to Ransom. Okay, Ransom effect, send myself back out. Pay 9, add March Hare, pay another 3. Binder, GWC, Ransom effect. Nightmare. Can we get that in Graveyard? I don't know if we can. It's very unfortunate. Let's not not thinking about something. Oh, we can get it in Graveyard actually. It'll be summon the Magnamut. Trigger the Wicked, add backup summons like Hair and banish the Nightmare. Like summons Hair, add like Wizard, banish Nightmare. or send Nightmare from hand in the graveyard. I'm about to like pass out. I'm so tired. Oh my god. But yeah, Wicked's gonna trigger, and now this is really good because we get the Orcust engine into rotation as well. So they're gonna summon the backup, add Wizard, pitch add hair, pitch Nightmare effect, and they just scoop it up. They're like Malice engine hard enough. Malice plus Orcust with Camera Trap, GG. So moving on to game number 2, we have the Jigoto player going first. Hands are going to be Lucius, Urgula, Rahu, Branding Fusion, and Lucius. Against Jewis Worm, Babel, Droplet, Callby, and Harpor. So drawing Babel is a bit unfortunate. All engine, but I mean all engine is pretty good in Dracotail, so can't complain. So we're gonna go Lucius effect, add 5 mana, and here he's gonna Branding Fusion. If he does get hit by like a retaliating sea, you just chain the 5 mana and then you just like play Yu-Gi-Oh. It will be pretty good to that. Oh my god, excuse me, sorry, oh my god. Fuck, I'm tired. So we're gonna use those for the Sanctifier, Effective Frixel, set the Ketu. Ketu's gonna add, what are we adding? Mulu or like Pan? Pan, okay. A Rahu. And yeah, at this point, you know your opponent doesn't really have hand traps like that for the most part. I mean, maybe Jewis Worm mess about it. We can rule out most hand traps. Sending the Mulu though, do that. I don't think we added back with Urgula, right? So we can make like Secretarion if we wanted to. Yeah, we make Secretarion, bring back the Mulu. Which is gonna get Bistilled probably with the quickness. Gets Bistilled, the Mulu. So Secretarion will still resolve and summon the Lucius, Urgula in the graveyard, add back the 5 mana, and then pass. So our disruption is going to be Sting, Horn, Flame, Pan with the 5 mana, and we also have Sanctifier bringing back Albaz and another guy to like play Yu-Gi-Oh. We draw Gearsu for turn, not a bad draw. You can normal summon it, and you have like the Harp as droplet material. What is normal summon? Excuse me, we're going to send the Orcust Nightmare. Almost telegraphing that we already have Harp in hand. But we're going to Sting Banish it, which I do think is correct. We draw Ash, which is very good. Babel, we're going to Horn the Gearsu, and then we're going to chain Droplet, sending both of them to negate Secretariat and make sure the Horn doesn't resolve. And then Harp gets Ash, and they're just going to scoop it up. Yeah, the Ash draw was really good there. They just had a lot. But moving on to the last game of the Ironman, match 5, game 3, 60 card Orcust, whatever, Malice against Dracotail. So we're gonna have the Orcust Malice player going first. Drum roll. Hands gonna be Gearsu, Harp, Jewis Worm, Impulse, and Droll against Nip, 5 mana, Bell, and the Lucius. So here we're gonna normal summon Gearsu. I mean, it's definitely just Gearsu over Harp. Your Link 1 can send the Harp. Gearsu does the most when you have nothing else on field, so it makes sense to commit Gearsu first. Here's where you think they could 5 mana on summon, because if the Gearsu gives them a token that plays around Impulse, because they can Impulse, because they control a token. The reason I guess you might not want to is that you want them to commit more because you have the Nibiru. Because you could like 5 mana, use 2 from hand, fuse, bounce the Gearsu, and bounce the guy in graveyard, and kind of lose to like 1 interaction. It feels rough. They might just hold. I feel myself getting sluggish. I'm so tired. 1 AM Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my god. Summon a token, each field. Now they do control a guy, so Impulse can be activated. Although Impulse will turn off the Draw Lockbird though, so. 5 mana, bro. I'm using Impulse with the quickness, bro. Like, got me all kinds of messed up. Link 1, pitch the Harport, add Babel from deck to hand, place Babel, make Altea, Nightmare boost, sending the Wand probably. Yeah. I don't even know if you need to play Wand in this version, I'm not gonna lie. But that's for another discussion. Wand effect, summon back to Nightmare, Harp summons the skeleton from the graveyard. They're gonna nib and we're gonna chain Altea. So we haven't actually used the skeleton yet. We can put back Wand though and then set Crescendo. So yeah. I mean Nibiru probably should have been in this zone, right? But I mean they're playing Orcust now, so they don't have like that much extra spots for Malice cards, so it doesn't matter. But then Nibiru technically should be in this zone, but it doesn't matter really. They're gonna Bell the Link. They're gonna Bell that, Bell the skeleton. So we summon back to Link 1. and then they're gonna pass. So it looks like it might be over, but we do have like Orcus Nightmare follow up. We do have the Crescendo, which will be follow up, and Disruption. And if he goes attack over the Link 1, we can just Link 1 summon itself back out, so that kind of protects from. We basically have kind of counter trap. Joel is dead. Keep that in mind, and yeah, we'll see what's up. I mean, here it just has to be. I think it's just Rahu to force it out. Gets negated. We go normal to Lucas. I mean, it has to be alpha meta. Okay. So we're gonna Joel, but we can't Joel because we're under Impulse Lock. Which is fine, it happens. It's, you know, I think it's the late Ironman. So we're gonna use Femena, fusing away the Lucius, join that, adding back the Femena and Ketu. So we're gonna see how many traps they kept in. Ketu probably grab Urgula, right? We have to pop the Babble, and we also get to add back like a guy, potentially. Urgula effect, or maybe the Chain Nightmare, just to like so they can't get a Gulamel pop, I guess. Send the wand, pop, set Rahu, wand effect, summon the crown from the hand. Rahu using the Femena in the pan. And then they're just going to trigger all their guys, Altalion. And they get the chain block so that this guy can't actually use its effect. So they kept in the flame and the horn and the sting, sorry. So really good cards here. I mean, horn be able to bounce like monster sting. I mean, it's obvious, right? Gulamel pop, because they trigger the fusion, and then yeah. Sorry, I'm getting like super sluggish, bro. Oh my god, I'm so tired. But he's gonna deal damage. Druid Worm is going to prevent it from being game. They want to send the Ardalion that was summoned from the graveyard, so it gets banished instead. So Druid Worm ended up saving a lot of damage there. So they're gonna shotgun the sting, so they can't like use wand effect, which makes sense. So we have Cat, and then we have Crescendo, which can grab a Dark Machine, you know, from our deck. So that's pretty good. We can just grab the Girsu. And Girsu is a very good Yu-Gi-Oh card. Girsu effect. Send the Harp. And will they horn here? Would I horn here? I don't want my opponent to get another token. You could horn. You could also horn your own Nibiru and then like have Nibiru live. But I'm not sure that's a good winning play. Your follow-up isn't that great, so I don't think I would do that. Let's think. If you horn this, they have Harp, summon Nightmare from deck. Nightmare's already not been used. Wand's been used, so it depends if they play. Skeleton's gone. It depends if they play another skeleton. We'll see what's up. They're gonna horn bounce the Girsu, put back. You're gonna draw a Pan. Very, very good card there. And they're going to yeah, let me Harp summon Nightmare from the deck. Oh, they play second skeleton. Okay, I was not expecting second skeleton. That's why I said Nightmare, but I mean, second skeleton here is pretty good. I just didn't think they'd play it in the 60 card version, but I mean, if you play it, you for sure summon it. But I don't think they can actually win, yeah. But it doesn't do anything, unfortunately. So GG's. We have Max Menzel ends up taking the Ironman win, bending over Toast. Very unfortunate. I'm not gonna lie. What are my thoughts on this 60 card deck? I think it's trash. I mean, going first sometimes it seems like cool, right? But I don't think it's worth it. But maybe it ends up seeing more play. Who knows? But anywho, that's it for the video. I hope you did enjoy. And if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. And take care. Peace. Have a wonderful day. All that jazz. And this video may have been a little bit like slow towards the end. I'm sorry. I made this super late. I'm about to pass out. Goodbye. I'm going to sleep.